Hey, hey. Welcome everybody to Miss Glow's Kitchen, where there's sugar, spice, and everything nice, where we slice, dice, and entice, using everything we can, from peppers to allspice. What's up, my people? Y'all know what time it is? See y'all in the kitchen.
Delicious frozen bananas are on the menu today. And very quickly, here's what we need to make it. We need some peanuts, some whole almonds, we need popsicle sticks, caramel, we need toffee pieces, chocolate, we need white chocolate, coconut, and anything else you might want to put on it. Y'all know what I always say. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. So, let's get to it. Now, of course, y'all know I forgot to say, hell, we need bananas. Of course we need bananas. Alright, so we're going to start off, we're going to cut the bananas in half. Cut them in half. And the flat part where we cut it, that's where you want to stick your popsicle stick in there. Now, what you want to be careful with doing is you don't want to stick that stick so far up in there that it comes out the top or the side of the banana, especially if the banana is curved. So just be really careful with that. All right, so in the beginning I did say we needed white chocolate. That's like a little bonus clip at the end because I really didn't end up showing it on camera, the white chocolate part of it. I didn't on the pictures because I decided to do the Snickers, the Heath, the Almond Joy, and the 2 kinds of Hershey's. So I didn't go with the white chocolate at all. But these are really easy, and once they're frozen, I tell you, they taste so good. You know, when I first had them, I couldn't believe it when I bit into it. It's like, this is crazy. Now, the other thing you can do is once these are frozen, you can take the stick out of it, and you can cut these into discs and just serve. All right, so into a bowl, I have about 4 cups of chocolate chips and a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Now, we're going to put this in the microwave for anywhere between 1 and 3 minutes. What we're going to do is we're going to keep stirring it until the chocolate chips melt. Watch your chocolate chips. Do not let them burn. So if you have to take them out after every minute, then you do that. But even though they might look like they didn't melt, take a whisk like I'm doing. Whisk it. You will find out that you will get a very, very smooth consistency for this chocolate. All right? And thin enough to dip those bananas down in. So thin enough but thick enough that you don't have to double dip. So you don't have to double dip if you don't want to, but if you want to, then you can dip your bananas in the chocolate. You can let it set and then dip it again, and then you can put your ingredients on the outside of it. Now, I'll tell you what I did do. I tried to mix the coconut into the chocolate, and what it did was it thickened that chocolate so badly that just did not work. So if anybody has any suggestions for that, please do leave it in the comment section down below. All right, so if you haven't hit that like button, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, hit that share, and that bell, so you'll be notified every time we put new content up. How about that? Yep, so now we're going to get everything together. So now we have some peanuts chopped. I got the toffee pieces in a bowl, so it just depends on which banana you decide to make first, so it's really up to you. Now, as far as the Snickers banana, you have to put the caramel on that for that to actually be Snickers. So for the Hershey's one, I did just regular chocolate, and then you can do almonds on the outside. And if you don't like almonds, then you could do peanuts. And it wouldn't really be an authentic Hershey's. It would be just peanuts and chocolate. But you know what I'm saying. If you don't like almonds, you can substitute. Remember what I say, your kitchen, your rules. So don't forget that you can do it any type of way that you want to, okay? And so now you're going to put this on here. So have something to put this on, and what you're going to do is you're going to slide it after. So I'm going to put it on wax paper, because what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to take a cutting board, and then I'm going to slide it under my bananas, and I'm going to put them in the freezer. And these don't take that long to freeze either. So if you don't have time the night before or something, and it's a holiday, or you're having guests or something like that, you can actually do these almost when they first get there, and these will freeze before you eat dinner. Believe it or not, depending on how well your freezer freezes, these will do it before you eat the meal and you decide to serve dessert or whatever. Now, after I do that chocolate and those peanuts, I do shape it. So you're going to see where I didn't do it for the first one, but I'm going to come back to that first one and do it. So the second one I am. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to shape it, all right? So now this one with the caramel too, I did do the caramel, and then I put it down in the chocolate and I covered it. What I do suggest for this Snickers one is that you put that caramel on this banana and you let it set in the freezer. And after it sets in the freezer, then you come back and you put the chocolate on it. And to me, that'll work better. I've done these. I had done them like a couple years ago or something, but I did not do the Snickers one. So this was my first time doing this one. So my recommendation to you is to let that caramel set before you attempt to put that chocolate on there. Now, while the chocolate did cover it, it kept trying to slide off. And so I was lucky. I just kept covering it, and I made sure the parts where it did try to slide off that I ended up covering it with the chocolate or whatever. So just be careful, because you can see a little bit right there where it was sliding off. It's sliding off real good, but careful. We're going to put it in the peanuts and cover it, and we'll be fine. All right, now I did drizzle some caramel on the outside of the peanuts when I was done. This was so good. Like, it depends on your favorite candy bar, because for me, I love Almond Joys. So I love Almond Joys, and I like them a lot too. So all right. Alright, so once again, carefully cover your entire thing with nuts. If you like them like I do. Now, if you don't, you're going to see that I'm going to do a plain chocolate one. So if you have somebody in your family and they don't eat nuts, any kind of nuts, peanuts especially, but they don't eat nuts, then there's always variations to skip nuts on dessert. So don't trip. So you see how I'm patting the nuts on there? That's what you do. Pat your nuts on there. So make sure they stay. And trust me, you'll see at the end, they actually did. And actually, this isn't going to be like that banana when it freezes in there. It freezes almost like ice cream or something. I don't know why it freezes like that, but this is outstanding. It is great. And if you haven't made these before, then make them. If you don't like bananas, then I don't know what to tell you. But if you like bananas or you love bananas, this is a good one. It's a really good one. That's a good one. The kids can help you make it too, because once you put this chocolate in the microwave, it's not that hot. All right, so of course I'm putting some of the chocolate in the cup, so I'm going to show you, because this is exactly what I did. And then ended up with that chocolate trying to put the coconut to make the Almond Joy one. And so I ended up putting this coconut in the chocolate, and you see it got really thick with the coconut. Because last time I made these bananas, I just dipped them in chocolate, and then I kind of like sprinkled nuts over them, and that was it. So I didn't try any like specialty ones, like trying to make these candy bar flavors. So this was my first time, and I'm doing it on camera, so I'm going to tell you so you won't make the same mistakes that I did. So you put that in there. Now look how thick that is. You cannot. Now you can take a knife or a spoon and you can coat that banana with those if you want to do that, but to me, no, it was nearly impossible. So what I did end up having to do is I ended up having to go back over there, and I ended up having to melt some more chocolate. So I'll be right back after I melt some more chocolate. That's impossible to work with. I'm so serious. All right, so again, coming out of the microwave, you want to take your whisk and you want to make sure you don't have any chunks of no big chunks of chocolate in there. If you have really small ones, that's fine, because this doesn't have to be perfectly smooth. It's chocolate, and of course we love chocolate, so what the heck. All right, what the heck. All right, so here we go. I'm going to figure it out, so I'm going to put those, that was greedy actually eating some toffee pieces. That's so greedy, I know. But they're so good. So if you have some of that stuff, and you know, because I make cookies, and so I have some of that stuff in the kitchen, you can take those and use them for frozen bananas, I promise you. All right, that's almonds in there. So I'm going to take the almonds and the coconut and mix it up really good, and that's the Almond Joy. Think about it. The chocolate, but only Almond Joy has whole almonds, so if you want to use whole almonds on the outside of your banana, yep, you can. All right, so I actually had whole almonds, and I just took a knife and I ran the knife through. So it's kind of like I have medium-sized pieces probably. Alright, so we're going to coat this, and I've been using a spoon. If you want to dip your banana down in the bowl and just take your spoon and lift it out of there, you can do that too. So it's a number of ways to cover these with chocolate. So there's always more than one way to do something, trust me, on that one. So if you have another method of doing it, by all means, work with it. And I'm going to twirl it around some, and that's going to get it. Now, you can twirl it around some, and you don't have to get this like perfectly smooth. It doesn't have to, because we're keeping as much chocolate on here as we can, as far as I'm concerned, because I love chocolate. I really do. I am a chocolate lover. All right, so now I'm going to get these almonds and these nuts on here. And that's our Almond Joy banana. Look at that. Alright, so I moved the other ones out of the way so I can have a little space here to work. So, alright, you're going to do the same thing with this. You're going to pat this on there to make sure it stays. Alright, you'll pat it on there. I push my banana down a little bit so the other side would stay too. Because you want a uniform banana when you pick it up to eat it or you pick it up to show it. You want to make sure you have a nice looking banana. So you want to, see how I'm shaping it? Shape it on there. I'm telling you. Just going to sit there, no worries. You got this. Here's my grandbaby because he always wants to help, especially when it's dessert. Grandbaby wants to help. Alright, so that's the heat pieces. So I'm just telling them now I'm making this for the camera. So when I'm done making this for the camera, then we'll make some together. Because I still have, other ingredients. Of course, I have plenty of chocolate naturally. Alright, there we go. Look at all that chocolate. Hey, you could twirl it and take it off. Well, you heard what I said earlier. You leave it on there, baby. Look at that. Yes. I get excited when I see chocolate, I'm telling you. Yes, I get so excited. So that's those toffee pieces, those Heath pieces. Got it out of the baker section in the grocery store, so look in where the chocolate chips are. And there's all kinds too. They have Reese's right there. It's like you can make any kind of banana. Like, this is such a fantastic idea. And then you can cut them into those discs, and then what happens is people can just sample the different types of bananas that you make. So think about it. And trust me, it's a great conversation piece because these are really good. Alright, so look how those pieces stuck on there. Yes, I put extras on the top so you see I'm trying to pat it down so it'll stay. Pat it down so it'll stay. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yes. So again with these, shape them, make them look pretty. We eat with our eyes first, so we always have to make sure it's beautifully presented. Because as good as something might taste, if it doesn't look good, more than likely we don't want to try it. And that's for real. Alright, so I'll toss everything to the side and I'll be right back. So quite obviously with the plain chocolate one, you're just going to dip your banana down in there, or I did drizzle some extra chocolate on this, so once it was done, you'll see if you look back at the pictures, but you'll see coming up. So I did when they were done for presentation purposes, just squeeze some chocolate out across it, and honey, I'm telling you, this is so good. So alright, twirl it, because this one you want to make this one look as good as you can, and the reason why, obviously, we're not putting any nuts or coconut or anything on this one. This was just a plain chocolate one, so this is for someone who doesn't like nuts or anything like that. Now you can always get that baker's sugar. You can always get the sundae syrup. You can always squeeze some of that over it. You can always put some whipped cream on it. The sky's the limit. You know what? Whatever your imagination can think of, you can do with these bananas. Alright, so you do the same thing with the white chocolate. So put the white chocolate in a container, a little bit of vegetable oil, put it in the microwave 1 to 2 minutes. Keep stirring until you get it to the consistency that you want it. Alright? So we're going to go right into it. We've done that already, so we're going to go right into dipping the banana in. So what I'm going to do, this is a birthday cake one. So I have birthday cake sprinkles. So I'm going to do white chocolate and that one. So I told you I was going to have a bonus clip at the end, and I was going to do an extra banana that of course was not a candy bar. But I just wanted to do this just in case, because we have people that don't like milk chocolate or dark chocolate. So if you don't, it's white chocolate, and that's great. So you see he's jumping around because that birthday cake, that's his stuff. Alright, so you see what I did? I want to try to smooth it out on there, because this was a little bit thick for me. And so after I get it smooth like I wanted it, then I'm going to sprinkle it with those birthday cake sprinkles all over. So I'm going to make sure that white chocolate was a little bit messier than the dark chocolate, but that was okay. This one came out great, and this one actually tasted good too. So, all right. So you have the little birthday cake, because you know the kids have been on that birthday cake kick for birthday cake cupcakes, birthday cake muffins. So check that out up close. All right. It's not the prettiest, but it worked out, and it did taste good. So, all right. Alright, so again, that's our frozen bananas, and you saw how easy it was to make them. So any flavor you want to make them, you saw how easy it was. Alright, so y'all need to go make these, because I'm telling you, they are so good. Take a look at those again. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time. For more great recipes, tips, and ideas, check out some of my other videos.